Cloud 9? More like Cloud Dead, am I right? No, really. With that, C9 is now out of Worlds, and so is NA. We went 0-10 in the second week. It's exciting, isn't it? We got fucked. As how disappointing it is for the Americans and NA and, the World's Dream. They're still Fnatic. They're still Origin. We've got some EU teams and Western teams. I mean, it's only EU, am I right? But we have some Western teams now that can stop the Koreans from just, and running away with the tournament. SKT is probably a favorite, but at least there's a chance that a Western team can win. At least that's something we have to look forward to. As for the games today, I was kind of surprised that it's like a weird pattern. It was like everybody that did okay in the first week, most of them didn't get through the groups in the second week. I don't know. People just can't prepare for, or people can prepare for the month and the week, and then they just can't adapt in the week and in the day. They just go. Actually, I think most of the time, the people that didn't get out of the groups lost the first two games of the day. Is that correct? Group A, CLG was doing okay. They lost the first two games that they played. They lost the first game. I guess Group A doesn't really matter. Only CLG was the one that fell like that. But the two teams that were that like who did okay? All right, yeah, we'll take group I guess group B is a good example. So group B happened to be like C9 3-0, Fnatic 1-2, AHQ 1-2, and IG 1-2. So it was like so easy for C9 to just escape the group, just leave, go away. And they didn't. It's unfortunate. But in Group B, I think it took them by surprise that how well every other team was playing today. AHQ picked up their shit. IG, I mean, they beat Cloud9, but they couldn't beat anyone else. Their IG's okay. They're good. They're all right domestically. They barely made it out, but whatever. It's Worlds. So what made Cloud9 falter where the rest of the teams succeeded? And I say the rest of the teams, I mean Fnatic and AHQ, because IG did not succeed. They're with Cloud9. They failed. So Fnatic, Huni actually showed up this week. Huni played out of his mind today, in his group match games, and so did Febvin. Actually, Febvin played ridiculously well in the Oh, was that a tiebreaker for Fnatic, or was that the one that got them first? Oh, okay. So when Fnatic played AHQ for the second, no, they only played them once today. When they played AHQ for the games today, which is the second time they played them in Worlds, um, this was the match that decided who got first in the groups and then who played Cloud9 in the tiebreaker to get second. And Fnatic were actually losing this game, but Febvin played out of his mind in all of these team fights. Febvin on LeBlanc was so aware of what to do in the team fights and like who to just pop in like an instant, and that was not easy against AHQ's comp. AHQ ran Tom Kench, Jinx, Zed, Kennen, and some other jungle. I think it was Rek'Sai. I don't remember. But the big factor there is that they ran Tom Kench into an assassin. Tom Kench should be able to save anybody the assassin is trying to kill. That's the key point right there. Yet Febvin still managed to kill on the 80 carry for AHQ, on Jinx, constantly. There was a team fight in the bottom lane where Febvin was getting caught. He was actually getting caught in the bottom lane by himself by Tom Kench and Zed, and the rest of the AHQ team collapsing. But what happened was he bought enough time by using his ulti, his flash, whatever it was, for the rest of his team to show up, and then they started collapsing on AHQ. And what happened was at some point Tom Kench ate Jinx like he was going to when they tried to get assassinated. And Bevivin timed this perfectly. He had W'd out of the bottom bush or whatever, and instantly, as soon as he saw him start running away, he W'd back and then timed it perfectly for when Jinx got spat out of his mouth and onto the distortion of LeBlanc and just wrecked him, destroyed the team fight. At that point, that fight did not bring Fnatic back into the game, but it was definitely a key factor of how they were able to continue staying in the game. They actually only won the game off one last team fight at the very, very, very end, like literally the last 30 seconds of the game. The last death timer of the game, like it was like a minute or something like that on AHQ, because AHQ was in Fnatic space taking all. They took all three inhibitors. AHQ had taken all three inhibitors in Fnatic's base, killed Yellowstar, so it was automatically a 4v5, and Fnatic still won because AHQ grouped up and Febivin saw the opportunity to go in there and burst whoever the fuck he wanted because he killed all of them. Pretty much, him and Huni on Echo absolutely destroyed them. It was a whitewash. The fight absolutely it disintegrated from that point. And Fnatic ran up the mid lane, took down the towers, they tanked, they perfect tower aggro. Let keep in mind after a team fight, and they still had to go through the double super minions in AHQ's base, along with inhibitor towers, with the laser, and that shred is ridiculous. Under 25% HP, and still managed to shift the aggro. It was incredible to watch. I didn't think they all four would survive because I thought one of them would at least die to either the super minions or the laser, but in order to win the game, and none of them died. None of them died. They juggled that perfectly. It was incredible to watch. Now, in terms of the Fnatic versus Cloud9 game, this is actually the first time, I believe, today or during the group in general today that Reckless pulled out the AD Cannon. And that was a huge flex pick. Like, no, I don't think anybody saw that coming. I'll be honest. I didn't see that coming. I don't think anybody did. And Fnatic just took Coup Tiger's mind game against CLG to like a whole other level. Like they were like, all right, yeah, Kennen. So this can go top or support. So once they see everything, this is when you counterpick the AD carry. And that is a huge thing, especially when Jinx is such a big factor in this tournament. And Cloud9 didn't expect it, and they did whatever. And then I don't even remember I don't remember how the pick and ban went. But I know for a fact it was always when you're gonna do that with the AD Cannon and you're gonna pick it that way, it's always the counter pick. Oh, see, all right. So I'm gonna talk about why this Cannon pick or the AD Cannon pick was such a huge factor in this pick and ban, and can probably draw some bans actually. Because all right, so you think about it, Cannon, it's locked in first pick. That can go mid. I mean, or that can go top or support. That's fairly standard. Now for Fnatic, that can also go to the AD carry. And you will not know until the last pick that Fnatic has, their last team drawer, where that cannon is going to go. You probably have no idea. They can counterpick 2 roles if they wanted to. They can counterpick all 3 roles. Whatever you lock in and they don't want to play against, the cannon is going to go to the opposite place. That's a triple threat for 1 pick that can go anywhere. That is a huge deal, especially in a tournament where the pick and bans this world is so important because the teams are not that far apart anymore in terms of individual skill and in some cases team strategy as well, because that's a big factor. Pick and ban is a big factor in team strategy, and Fnatic are like ruling it right now. They are on top. Easy. Which is why I'm super excited to actually see Fnatic in the quarterfinals against believe it was KT. This I can check. This I can check because they are up. Legends World Championship knockout stage, dude. Knockout. Oh, here we go. Fnatic. Oh, they're against EDG. That's right. Oh, we get to see Reckless versus Deft again. That was always a good matchup. That's actually really interesting too, because you would think that with the top lane carries and the juggernauts and stuff, that 80 carries would be kind of useless in this meta. But champions like Jinx have been like the deciding factor for like most of the games so far. Jinx and like Morgana have been really up there with picks. Kennen now has been pretty dominant. Darius is a win or lose situation. It's kind of 50-50, I think. Um, so that's going to be an interesting matchup. I'm kind of hyped to see Pawn versus Febvin actually, because they're both the faker killers, and you know that's what everyone's waiting for. That's what everyone's they're waiting for it to just oh, hey, that's it. And then it just goes away afterwards because one of them is going to get there, and the other one is not going to get there. I think the winner of this game or this quarterfinal will probably go to the finals. So let me see. So on one side you have KT and Ku, Fnatic, EDG, Flash Wolves, OG, SKT, and AHQ. So I think the winner of EDG and Fnatic will probably go to the finals. But that's for a different day. Oh, I'm tired. Different day. So essentially I think that's pretty much it for Group B. These videos are probably Group A was 33 minutes. I don't really have much to talk about Group B. It wasn't really as bad as Group A in the form of upsets, I should say. So I mean, the rest of them are probably going to be kind of short. They're not going to be like the standard 25, 30-minute long ones that I've usually been doing. They're probably going to be slightly shorter because the games, not the games. I it's group stages for now. When come quarters or so, they'll probably be they might be a little longer. Just there's more games. There's more to actually talk about rather than just like best of ones against like some random, and then some random shit like 80 cannon happens, something like that. So, yeah. So these ones are probably gonna be a little short. This is Group B right now. I'm gonna do C and D next, and those ones are gonna go up shortly afterwards. But if you like the rest of the content on this channel, remember to hit the subscribe button so you never miss when a video goes up. That we can get down with talking about esports. Primarily the World Championships for League right now until CSGO has their major coming, which I'm stoked for. That's going to be fantastic. There's a ton of great teams going to that one. Make sure to watch that one too. If you don't already watch CSGO, I definitely recommend it, even if you don't play it, because I don't really play it. I just like watching it. Same thing with a lot of the other things, actually, except for Smite. I like playing Smite, and I'm not really caught up with the rest of Smite esports. But I'm working on it so that I can eventually do a video around the time when the Smite World Champ should happen, which I think is in January, like it was this year. So who knows? We'll see. Like I said, hit the subscribe button so you know when the next video comes up. Group C should actually be sometime today. And then leave a comment. Let me know how I did. This is my first time adding any actual editing into these videos, so it's probably choppy in some places and probably better in others. It's like a crayon, you know? I just like to think of crayons as two halves. You know, you can wear down one of them, but the other side is going to be perfect every time.